so fucking high.
Oh my God.
We are live. It is Money Shots. We are in studio. And things are going to be maybe
Talking to the mic, Megan.
I'm talking into the mic.
No, you're
now.
not pulling in front of your fucking face. Come on, Megan.
First off,
these two were just like in a side room.
we're not doing anything.
Oh.
This is a gambling show. We're here to talk about money. We're here to talk about gambling. But I will say we have someone in studio with us. Surprise. Scan the cameras. Who do we have? It's Stuart Finer. Bow, bow, bow. Hey, Stu.
Ready to roll, ready to roll, ready to roll.
Always ready to roll.
Having a fabulous day so far. Amazing. Was on Pick Central. Took an Uber in. I've smoked like 6 joints so far today. Feeling no pain at all. What is that cake that you gave me, Megan, called?
I brought in some Randazzo's King Cake, so shout out.
King Cake. Shout out King Cake. So icy, vanilla icy up top. And very, very sweet, but delicious. Delicious, because the cake melts in your mouth and the icing does too. And because I'm diabetic, takes a day off my life. So thank you, Megan.
Well, yeah, it was your birthday here recently, so we
Yes, 1/31/61. I just became 61 years old, and I'm living on 31 years borrowed time because I thought I was going to die at 30. I remember at 29 years old, my mommy made chicken parm, and we ate over my mother's house, and I was crying, going, I'm no longer a boy wonder. I'm going to be 30, and I'm going to die. So I was a bitch, and I'm probably still a bitch, and fuck you because everyone's on my dick.
Well, that is wonderful. I'm so happy that you're here. Your energy is always welcomed around me. I can't thank you enough for loving me and supporting me and supporting our show. So thank you for being here. Kelly and I are really, really happy to have you, Stu.
Nice. Very nice. I figure next year I'm going to try to get a contract where I'm going to make as much money as any human can working for Barstool. I figure it'll be us two and Mince, and we conquer the world. What do you think?
I think that's a great fucking goal.
Well, no, seriously. What do you fucking think?
Yeah, absolutely. Except for I felt really bad because as soon as I came in, I don't think Ben Mintz said one more word on Pick Central.
Really?
Well, it was just basically us three, and then we let Brandon Walker talk for 4
Does he know?
seconds.
Does she know?
Does she know what?
He has a crush on you.
On me?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No man should ever have a crush on me. I'm a fucking disaster.
Dude, the way you just whispered that was
Be
so
that as it may,
funny.
no. In spite of you being a disaster, he has a crush on you. You didn't know that.
Stu's all for like the workplace drama, I think.
Oh, that's why he clammed up. What do you mean you didn't know? What am I? Am I breaking news here? Someone help me in behind the glass. Am I breaking news? He loves you.
I think you're wrong, but
I think you're dead wrong. I think if anybody, he has a crush on Ariel, but that's just me.
Well, who doesn't?
Yeah.
Who does? Get in fucking line.
Dude, we've got to find her. Side note, if you guys don't know who Ariel is, she's one of our girlfriends. She works for a competitor, so we can't really talk about it that much. Actually, they're not even a competitor. Let's just be real. But that being said,
yikes. That's fine.
We need to find her a nice Jewish man. Stu, if you know any single 30-year-old Jewish man ready to get married, have a couple kids.
Ugh.
Who in God's name, A, wants to get married, and B, have any kids? Bro, who would bring kids into this earth?
Not me, obviously, but Ariel would like to keep it going.
Really?
I'm not it, though. I'm not marriage material.
And because I am a Jew, I'm a fabulous matchmaker.
That's what I figured.
I'm fabulous.
Okay, well, you have a new job.
All right, so
okay.
Stu, we need to have a steward of love, kind of
Yes.
like a reality show where we.
Ready.
Oh my God!
I have to lose 30 pounds because I'm looking at myself in the camera, and if I was 2 inches short, I'd be perfectly round.
You would be at basketball, which
oh my God!
Probably talk a little bit
right
about
now,
today.
you're looking at the number from left to right. I'm looking at the number 110. 110.
110.
You're a 1. You're a 1. I'm a 0.
Okay.
You know this. Men are
okay.
very binary. Come on, you got this. All right, let's talk some fucking college basketball, Megan. You've got quite the slate. Before I even got out of bed this morning, you had your college basketball picks posted, so I'm very proud of you.
Well, thank you. I woke up, looked at the board quickly. As you guys know, I've been a little hot here recently. I'm sitting in Brandon
On
Walker's,
fire.
I'm in Brandon Walker's chair now because this is where I should have been during Pick Central because technically it was my show today.
Yes.
But now I'm here. It's everything is where it needs to be. So yeah, let's talk some college
I'm
basketball.
against Joe one of your games.
Yeah, he is against me on one of my games. First up, we are going to talk Arkansas at Georgia. Georgia is, I believe, still catching. Let me go scroll down. Excuse me. They're catching 10.5. I got them at 10. This is a Razorback team that likes to play fast. They're handling business. They've handled business tenfold against West Virginia. They're absolutely rolling right now. They're a buzzsaw. I don't really like laying this many points with SEC opponents just because the SEC is very unpredictable. But as I said last week, remember I had that funny stat about I think it was Moorhead being 7-1, like 7-0 the last 7 Thursdays. Well, Arkansas is 6-1 ATS the last 7 Wednesdays. And
Where the fuck do you even find this shit?
just random places on the internet.
It's called work.
And so, yeah, I don't like laying the points really with SEC teams, but I'm going to do that today with Arkansas. Georgia's kind of been dog shit besides like one game. Do either of you have an opinion on that?
No, but this is a total Megan play. She loves playing against bad teams. We talked about this a little bit yesterday on Pick Central as well, and I said, I'm not mad at her. I love to make a case for the dog shit underdogs that can have a chance to win outright. That's my problem, and even at home, I don't trust this defense whatsoever. You're right. Arkansas loves to play fast, and by all means, they should. It's not like situationally they play a pretty good team after that. They just play Mississippi State next. So I'm with you, Megan. It's lay it or don't play it.
They're averaging 78 points per game. They're shooting 45% from the field, and they can also make free throws. So I'm trusting Arkansas here to get the job done. Stu, you like this game? You don't care about it? You don't have an opinion? What's up? You just stoned over there? What you doing?
They're betting. It's all Arkansas here. So I would I'd either take the other side or pass, but I got no feel for this game at all.
No feel for.
It could be 25, or Arkansas could win by 27 and cover by 9. I don't know.
No feel for Stu. Stu doesn't feel it. Next game up that I have, it's not smaller game, but smaller than the SEC. It's Drake at Indiana State. I got it plus 3.5. No, I got Drake minus 3.5. I'm sorry. Indiana State is catching 3.5 at home. Drake is now 4.5 at the Barstool Sports book, so I got a decent little number there. Look, and this Drake team is going to do what it needs to do. They are going to win every board. They're going to continue to force turnovers. They think they should be able to do that on the road. I like them here. They're 5-1 on the road, and just the better team overall. I loved betting on the Sycamores last year, but don't think really they're the same team. Do you have an opinion on this one? I know it's a smaller game. And
it is, but I'm looking, and Drake's been terrible against the spread this year.
They have
just
been.
Absolutely terrible. And like you said, you have a good number. Don't at 4.5, no. But at 2.5, Megan, you got in there early. That I think the line's probably closer to 4. So if you haven't bet it yet, I think you're too late.
Stu, you want to pass on that one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's all favorite money. Heavy.
All favorite heavy.
Sharps. Everybody is all in on the favorite.
All right, that makes me happy. All right, another little marquee game real quick up next. FSU at Clemson. I don't really know what to make of this game. FSU hasn't been exactly trustworthy. Hamilton's a good coach, but Clemson, seems like they're shooting well. They're killing it from the 3. They're out rebounding. I lean Clemson here, but I have no play on this game. Do y'all have any advice for the listeners at home?
Florida State's just been such a frustrating team, right?
Extremely frustrating.
By all means, they should be playing better defense, yet then they don't. And this is just not a team I can trust. On the flip side, this is just such a mediocre Clemson team. They have a decent defense, but no opinion. I think that the line is probably right where it should be.
Stu, where's the sharp money going?
I see a lead on Florida State, and I think I would play Florida State.
So Stu says that he would lean Florida State. Kelly and I have no opinion. I do not trust either one of these teams enough for me to put my money on them. Another one, a team that I've been making money with, and Kelly, I know you've made money with them too. We've talked about this team, Notre Dame at Miami. Another game that I will not be taking, but I think this is going to be a tough game for Notre Dame coming off that loss to Duke. And now they have to face another top ACC opponent in Miami. So, Miami has been tearing it up at home. Last time I bet them, I think they lost to FSU at home by 1.
Yeah,
Or
that
at FSU.
pissed me off. Well, they were just getting blown out right in
and
the
then they
first
came
half,
back.
and of course, just enough to not cover. I lean towards the Canes here. I'm with you situationally. I think Notre Dame could lose that Duke game twice, Megan. I didn't get to watch very much of it because I didn't have any action. I know that you had Duke money line in your parlay, and I kind of told you I thought 5 was too many, and it wasn't. Duke is looking really solid right now, so I don't want to say it was because the Fighting Irish are just dog shit, because they're not. But I could see this being a flat spot for them going into Miami. I'd lay the 3.5. I am not going to. Excuse me, 4.5. I'm not going to, but I definitely look in that direction.
Let me see. Wait, that game. I think, okay. Clemson and Florida State is 2.5, just to update. These are all my numbers from this morning, so just that will indicate what all has happened. This number is still the same, though. Miami's still laying 4.5 at home. And you said you would either lay it or not play it?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the notion that I think that Notre Dame got embarrassed last week. Now they got to go on the road. That by all means should be a lot better than they are. At least they are on paper. So we'll see if that offense can't somehow capitalize against the Irish here at home.
All right, Stu, you got an idea on this game?
I like Notre Dame. I like them. I think it's a really good spot. I like them off getting embarrassed, and they're much better, and they should bury them.
So you like Notre Dame catching the 4.5?
Yeah.
The problem is I want to know, are they going to fucking get an offensive rebound? This team is just...
They can score. I mean,
They
look,
can, but they're
listen,
so
they can
terrible off the
score.
board.
They can score. I mean, they can score. They can run you right out of the gym, and I think in this game they will. They got embarrassed. That was embarrassing.
It truly was. I was on the other side of it, as
God.
Kelly said. She
God.
thought 5 was too many, and I was all over Duke that night. Up next, we have another marquee game, if you will. Kelly, this seems like one that actually both of y'all will be all over. You've liked this team a lot. I haven't played much of it, but that is Purdue at Minnesota. Minnesota this morning was catching 10.5. I think that would be still the same. 10.5. Look, Purdue is playing good basketball, but not great. Why? Because they haven't been covering. So I don't trust Purdue here to cover 10.5. If I had to do anything, I'd lean Minnesota. As I said, they've been pulling wins out of their gopher holes. What do y'all make of this game?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I said against Ohio State, I stepped in front of this Purdue train entirely too many times, and of course Ohio State gets the cover because I pussed out on it. But this is a Gophers team that I have really given way too much credit for. I found some nice spots to bet on them, and they've been able to help me save some face. Namely on Sunday during the conference championship game, a couple of the guys and I were watching this, and they were able to keep it close against Wisconsin. I am not going to be betting this one, but I do lean towards the Gophers here at home against the number 1 offense in the country, which absolutely scares the shit out of me.
Stu, where's the money going?
Everybody's all over Purdue.
Can you blame them?
There's no real backing at all for Minnesota here. I would lean toward Minnesota. Fuck it. I hate Purdue. They kill me every time.
Yeah, they haven't been
If
covering.
I go with them, they don't cover. If I go against them, they play flawless.
That's exactly how I feel.
It's happened to me every
It
time.
doesn't matter. If I see Purdue, I know I'm going to lose the fucking game.
I've been staying away from it. My dad, fun fact, actually went to Purdue, so I always feel like there's like an emotional thing, like he's going to help me from heaven or some shit. And usually when I bet on him, he's like, "Fuck you," and then I lose that bet.
Can't win. Never win.
Can't win.
Never win.
I got a couple small ones up next. I don't necessarily need to talk about because, as I said, they're small. But I am taking Bradley plus 3.5 at Northern Iowa, and Chattanooga, which has been a fucking wagon, minus 7.5. I believe you can get a better number on Chattanooga now. I think it's to 7. So this next game, though, I do want to talk about because we have our resident K-State expert in the house, which is Miss Kelly Stewart. And we're talking Okie State, K-State, and K-State is laying, I believe, 1.5. I think I might have actually seen a 2 at the Barstool Sports book. Kelly, what do you make of this game?
So these are the type of games where you look at both teams, right, and both have just been trash lately, right? Like this is an Oklahoma State team that there for a little bit, they beat Baylor, they beat TCU, and then now they've fallen on their face for the last 3 games. And I'm looking at this K-State team thinking the exact same thing. They choked away that KU win in Manhattan. Then they get their asses just handed to them in Waco. Of course, because they lost that KU game twice. And then, of course, I lost a bet to Ben Mintz against Ole Miss. They've had a little bit of a break here. This is a game where Bruce Weber should be able to have them ready at home. I would lay the 2 because this is the type of games that they're going to win by 10. These are like these stupid, annoying, like little lines where the whole world's going to go, well, why would you lay points with K-State? Nobody wants any part of K-State here. I'll take the bait with the Wildcats.
Stu, will you also be taking the bait with the Wildcats?
No feel here either way. I don't have a feel here. These are 2 teams that also every time I bet them I lose, so I can't win. If I bet either side, it'll be a push.
I was leaning Okie State, but I stayed away. A game that I did play, and I think all 3 of us are playing. Up next, Wisconsin at Illinois.
My best bet.
Illinois.
My best bet on the show.
Is laying.
It's an honor to be on the show, by the way.
Is laying.
You're so much younger and so much prettier, and I'm really pathetic and fat. But
I love
best
Stu.
bet on the show.
I love you, Stu. Don't stop downing yourself. You're
listen,
you're a beautiful, wonderful specimen.
Just I'm not up to my A+ game. I'm a Stu on a C+ game right now.
Right now.
Which is better than your A+ game assholes out there.
Oh.
Fuck yourself.
Oh.
I might have fucked your mother. I might have even fucked your grandmother.
Okay, not mine. Rest in peace. On to this game. We're going to talk a little bit. This game obviously favors Illinois, especially with them getting healthy. But this seems kind of like a gift to get 6.5 with Wisconsin in conference play. They've been playing really well. They can get hot from the 3. Illinois has screwed me. It's not necessarily a fate of Illinois here because obviously, Illinois is a solid squad and I've liked to bet on them. But man, Wisconsin plus the 6.5 really caught my attention. Obviously,
you're a sucker.
Someone is on the other side.
Embarrassing. You're a sucker.
Well, it's gonna.
Come to see you.
It's gonna be embarrassing.
You're my favorite. I put you on accolades, and you get sucked in.
Well, you want to know what's embarrassing?
Wow.
I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm 11-2 the last 2 days in college basketball.
I'm like 1-9.
Okay, so I want to know.
1-9.
I want to know what the sharpest college football bettor has to say about this game because she's was hotter than hot. She's still hotter than hot. I mean, look at her. But what do you think of this game, Kelly? Do you like the 6.5 with Wisconsin, or am I a fucking sucker, as Stu said?
So every time I've thought that there was a sucker bet to be had this year, like this looks like you lay it, don't play it, right? This is what it looks like on the surface level, and that's my kind of biggest problem. And what did I tell you a couple weeks ago? After I was just getting obliterated for 2 weeks in college basketball, and I was getting so pissed, Megan, and I was just like, you know what? I need to change up what I'm doing. And so I started wearing that don't be afraid to fade yourself. And that's literally what I was doing there, trying to just, sometimes you just need to get yourself a fucking win, right? And, been doing really good in college basketball. I only gave out some leans yesterday, and I apologize for that. It's because I didn't bet anything myself. But this is, I'm with you. I like Wisconsin here. I know that they look like a square dog. But I'm going to be honest with you. It doesn't matter. I'm going to be on Marquette tonight, and they're a square dog too. This college basketball season has been mind-boggling. I don't think I've won a single game in overtime. I think that every single time that I'm smarter than the bookmakers, I've been wrong. And I'm not going to think too much about it here. This is going to be one of those close type games. We need Johnny Davis. We need him. And we need him tonight. If he does not play his ass off, they're going to get fucking blown out. And I think that's what basically Stu's hoping for. That being said, I'm with you here on Wisconsin.
Sucker.
Well, I
hate to come on a show and the 2 smartest women in the room are suckers.
Well, we're the only 2 women in the room, so.
We'll see tonight who's the sucker, Stuart Feiner. We have one final marquee-esque game to go over, and that was one you just mentioned, and that is Villanova at Marquette. Marquette has been on fire as of lately. I've enjoyed betting them. You've enjoyed betting them. I know, Stu, you've had a couple of bets on them as well, and they are catching 4, as I've said. And I did not bet it. I was very tempted to bet Marquette here, but I've seen this story before. I've seen this Villanova team. Jay Wright could easily coach his way into a humongous victory over this Marquette team. But I want to know what y'all have to think about it, because I know you said you would be on Marquette, but I feel like this could be just like a an aggravation spot for them after losing by 2 last week.
I could see that. I mean, I did win by the hook there. I got very lucky to do so, and so their luck may have run out by all means. But I really like how Shaka Smart's got this team playing right now. They're playing with a lot of heart. They're playing a really nice upbeat tempo, and I like to see that. You're right. Jay Wright's the better coach here. This is a better team. They have a better defense. The line feels short, but I'm not going to overthink it here. This is a Marquette school. I'm going to ride it till it dies.
I respect that. Are you going to ride it till it dies, Stu?
I'll probably lay the number here. I think that there's a lot of support for Marquette, and I'm looking at it as mostly sucker money.
So Kelly and I essentially are the suckers of the day, liking Marquette and
Doesn't mean you're going to lose.
Wisconsin.
Doesn't mean you're not right. Doesn't mean I'm going to win. But I'm just saying, no matter what, you're just going to win being a sucker.
I'm speaking of that. I always like to bring up this, and you mentioned it earlier that you took it. Y'all were suckers. Y'all took Clemson against LSU in the national championship. I like to live on that for the rest of my life.
Oh God.
But yeah, that concludes what our kind of slate is today. Kelly, do you have any more plays besides the one that we talked about?
No, I'm gonna keep it light. You know, we got the Christmas party here in a couple hours. I should at some point in time maybe go take a power nap. It's just not gonna happen though, because
You're not going to sleep.
I think we're gonna go drink some champagne.
You're
with
not
Stu
going to
Feiner.
sleep. Yes, you're not going to sleep.
I think I gotta figure out what I have up next here. I do, though, want to go drink some champagne with Stuart Feiner. All right, so Kelly, your official picks are what?
I've got Marquette plus 4.5, K-State -2.
Stu, do you have any free plays you want to give out besides Illinois?
No.
Because Stu doesn't do.
I love Illinois.
Stu doesn't do anything for free.
No, it's not that. It's that the way I pick, I'm only accurate if I'm in the captain's chair and it's 20 to 30 minutes before post. Otherwise, I'm useless because I'm like you people, suckers, going by stats and trends and what I feel, which is useless. You have to go with the short money, and the short money really doesn't really show its ugly head until 20 to 30 minutes. So I'd rather follow that. And in my opinion, that's worked. Like, look, you guys are better than me. Kelly's had a phenomenal year, and Megan, now you're the hottest in the company. So I really have not had a good year. I closed strong, thank God. But I think that right now there's going to be a lot of upsets because it's February, and most of the time the way God works is he wipes your money out before the tournament comes. So February is your hardest month. And the grinders that are not just football bettors and not just fantasy players or prop players, that are just grinders in college basketball, especially now. NBA is just a little dicey in February because teams can mail it in right now. They can rest players.
I'm with you. I don't fuck with NBA
so
till
hard
like
right
April.
now.
I don't fuck
Right,
with
but
NBA
I'm
at
saying
all.
February especially, but college basketball in February is the best month. Conference tournaments, leading into conference tournaments. There's a lot of upsets always now. So I think live dogs will be good. But I don't know. Listen, I think I like Illinois. I really do. I think they're a really good team. I think, Cockburn in the middle, when they play well, you're not going to beat them.
And that's coming from Stuart Feiner.
Wisconsin, I've watched not be able to score for 10 minutes at clips. Like, literally, when I use Wisconsin, they don't score for 10 minutes.
Well, guess what? You're not using them tonight, and they're going to score for all of the minutes.
But have you ever bet Wisconsin and they don't score?
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
I was with Jack.
Yeah, it was called the Michigan State game. That being said, and it's not that they didn't score. They just didn't score enough to cover.
Right.
Either way.
All of that advice coming from the Stuart Feiner, who was played by Al Pacino on Two for the Money.
That was on my birthday, by the way. Before me and my wife had sex on my birthday, we watched half of Two for the Money, and it was on again. So we watched the half that we missed. It was wild, and then we actually had an absolute insane session. So for the youth of America and for everyone alive, I've been with the same woman since 1978.
Whoa, that was a slip up.
And although I claim to fuck 1,000 women, I really have only one, and sex was fabulous at 61. So there is hope for the world. I just want to share a good level.
And
that's great.
You're thinking of ending it right now, like you're on a cliff, or got a gun in your mouth, or you got a knife at your throat, or you're contemplating it. no, because in an instant, in a second, your life gets turned around. You meet that special someone. You find the reason you're on this earth, and you just rock and roll, and you give the world the best of you. See, we need you, the best of you, and I just want to say I love you.
And on that note, there is a hotline to call for that. But my picks are Arkansas -10, Drake -3.5, Bradley +3.5, Chattanooga -7.5, and Wisconsin plus the 6.5. That was this first and not ever, hopefully we'll be back here soon, but the first live episode of Money Shots. Stu, thank you so incredibly much.
An honor. I love you both.
For joining us.
Thank you.
For telling us about your sex life, for being a coach for those out there that need it, for being the voice of reason.
Hope.
We thank you. We thank you. You are truly a little ball of light, just joy and energy. Kelly, thank you as always for being the sharp here and being on Wisconsin with me and making me feel a little bit better about my decisions, because I'll probably make some bad ones later.
Fuck, you think I want to fade you right now? Like, you just went, what did you guys go, 6-0 again the other night? Like, you've been crushing.
Regression is a bitch.
Yeah, it is. And I said that all during football season, yet I never saw it. I started to see it for like 2 weeks in January with college basketball, and then here we are again. So fuck it.
So
ride it. You're hot.
Put it in the bucket and haul ass. We're done. All right, guys. That was a great show.